Now we want to look at this BMW X3. These are 2007 BMW X3. So we will start from the rear here. The bumper here, twin exhaust, but all of them from one side. Nothing much going on. We have parking sensors here and a towing position here. So on the boot here, we have a spare wheel here, but it's normally under the car. The boot is quite spacious. This is the X3, the smaller version of the X5. Nothing much in the boot, but the space is quite spacious enough. We have these running rails here for you to hook up your things here and your shopping. We have a 12-volt socket here for your power. Some storage hole here, and then some nets here for some more storage. In here, the puzzle shelf just hooks right there, but then you just undo it that way, it goes back. So if we come down to the sides, you can look at this car. It is generally in very good condition. This is a 2007 car, the one of the earlier ones in terms of the X3. So this is quite low cap, more sporty version of the X5. Some proper designs here with the side skirts, but just normal for BMW. The badging here, these are 2.5 SI. That is to say, this one has 2.5 liter engine, petrol engine, 2500 cc petrol. Down here we have 18-inch alloy that was standard to this car. Angel ring lights, standard for BMW, fog lights as well, and then just everything normal on the grille and the bumper, as opposed to the modern BMW grills that are wider, bigger, and just uglier. For example, on the new BMW X7. As we come down to this side, nothing really in particular that is different from the other side. We'll probably look at the interior. So this car came out when everything was still pretty analog back then. As you can see, the clock here was still basically analog dials with some digital display at the bottom here for your configurations, as well as trip computer information. So tachometer, rev counter, speedo, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, some controls on the steering wheel here for the cruise control, for your volume up, volume down on the stereo as well, and such things, for voice activation, indicator stock here and there. Come to the center console, typical BMW here. It was sort of minimalist by then. We still had an analog stereo CD6 CD changer. You put in your CD in there, then this one to power on and off, and then to tune the stereo, as well as air conditioning here, some digital display for the air conditioning in terms of temperature and fan speed. But then this is how you increase the fan speed and reduce it. Heating the windshield to defrost the windshield, and then the rear windshield as well here, and then automatic for the air conditioning. Down here you had hill descent control, dynamic traction control, parking sensors, and then your tire pressure monitoring system and all that, and then some ashtray here, as well as the 12-volt socket here, and then your display for the gear. On this other side we have the glove box here, not big enough but quite sizable for a few of your items, and then the vents, and then a cup holder just here, typical German sophisticating something as simple as cup holder. The traditional cup holder was found here in the middle, traditional mechanical handbrake, and then some more cubby storage here. The CD changer was put here, so it eats a lot of your storage space. So you press this button here, the CD changer pops up like so, and then you can insert all your discs in here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 discs, and then you put it back in there, and then your stereo would be selecting from whatever CD you choose from in here. So that one ate that space from the storage compartment here. The cloth interior here is still in very good condition, having that this is a 2007 car. The cloth interior is still very good. No obvious wear and tear breakages. The dashboard is still quite soft and looks very new as well. If you can just get to the back. We have very good knee room. We have very good headroom here. Quite enough space for 3, but always ample space for 2. The middle row here is not quite comfortable. Having that, we have a transmission tunnel here that is in the middle. We'll have the passenger sitting at the back here with their legs apart, therefore eating into the space from either passenger on either side. Yeah, just looking at the door here, we can see that we had some little ashtray here, and the previous owner here used to do things that, yeah, we don't want to mention right now, but they're not illegal. Yeah, so you have very small storage space and the ashtray here. Yeah, and then we have some netting here for storage behind the front seats, as well as we have a 12 volt socket here and the auxiliary port in here for your music or your connectivity and so on and so forth. These German cars are known for their roof sagging. After use for quite some time, the heat from the sun hits up on the roof, and then the glue that is used to stick this roof lining comes out, and then the roof sags down. But this one is still in pretty condition, good condition. LED, aftermarket LED reading lights and interior lights, grab handles on all the 4 corners. This one here, that one there, and one on the driver's side. Yeah, so probably let's take it for a spin and find out how it feels to own this car. And this actual car is still on sale. You can find it through Assonation. You can also find it through Johnny's Wheels from the link in the description below. You can get very good offers on this car at the moment. Yeah, we'll take it for a spin for just a feel on how the suspension is and how it drives generally. Yeah, so we'll start the car. Yeah, so how does the X3 feel like to drive? So first of all, this was a normal, it wasn't an X3M. So the X3M was the sportier version of it. This was just the normal X3. So the suspension is quite soft for a family car, yeah. So you don't feel the harshness of it. You don't feel the harshness of a sporty car. So things to look out for this car. Aging BMWs tend to have oil leaks, a lot of oil leaks around the oil cooler, and the oil cooler itself might fail. The oil filters around there, the gaskets, top cover gaskets, and that, the coil plugs, the spark coils will also start dying. They are the things you want to start replacing when you are looking for, or when you're buying these a bit aging BMWs. The suspension components as well, the bushings and the joints, bushings, ball joints, links, and all that are the things that are pretty consumables on these cars as well. They would go bad, but regular oil changes with fully synthetic engine oil after every 5,000 kilometers, between 5 and 10,000 kilometers, will have you smiling all the way as you drive this car. It has quite enough power. The least version of this particular engine, the 2.5 SI, had 177 horsepower, all the way to above 200 on the different variations of it. Yeah, but quite enough power, quite enough punch to move you from point A to point B, indicating here. Rumor has it, or the legend has it, that BMW drivers do not know what indicators are, or probably their cars always run low of blinker fluid. Yeah, so quite punchy. Still some good power in it. as I said, yeah, this car is on sale. This episode we've partnered with Johnny's Wheels just to bring you a review of this car. Yeah, so the driving position is also good. It's a little SUV. It's a crossover SUV, so you still have a very good command view of the road. You also sit a bit higher up than in the normal sedan or hatchbacks or wagons, which is a nice thing. It also has the ground clearance for a few off-road activities, but the X-Drive in BMW is not the best in terms of off-roading. For those ones who know, the X5, the X6, they're very good cars on road, but you take it off-road, they're absolutely shocking. Simply useless off-roading cars. You would rather take the Mercedes ML, GL, or the G-Wagon. But anyway, in this class, I think the Audi Quattro is the best all-wheel drive system on these cars. So guys, as we conclude this short review of the BMW X3, also make sure to subscribe on this channel if you're new here, if you haven't done so already. Make sure that the notification icon, the bell icon, is highlighted. You click on it to make sure that you are notified also every time we are doing a video. So thanks for this far. Thanks for supporting the channel so far. Make sure you watch our videos and also share them to friends, as well as like them, so that YouTube can show them to as many people as possible. Thank you for the support so far.